Pet Check is brought to you by Bosley's, a proud supporter of the Victoria Humane Society. Go to bosleys.com/givingback.
It's Pet Check time, and this is Rosie. She's a Sheltie. She's 9 years old, looking for her forever home after her owner had to surrender her. I'm here with Penny Stone to tell you a little bit more about Rosie, and we also wanted to talk about super fun topic, blockages.
Well, first let's talk about Rosie. Rosie is just turned 9. She's a 9-year-old Sheltie, super sweet. Like all Shelties, she has that shrieky bark. So people who know Shelties will understand that there's quite a crisp bark. If you hear her bark.
If you don't like barking, this is not the dog for you.
Shelties are not the dog for you. She's not a barker like most Shelties. Like once she knows you, she's fine. She's like, you know, she barked when she came up to you, but now she's totally fine.
She's good. She barks if someone comes to the door.
Yeah, and Shelties are known for that. So people who know Shelties will know Shelties. They're kind of like a miniature collie. They're very sweet. They're very nice. She needs someone home most of the time. So we're looking. A senior couple would be perfect for her. We need someone home most of the time. No young children. I mean, she's fine with visiting children, but not like in a home with children.
Okay.
And yeah, she's a lovely dog. She just needs her. She's going in for a dental this week, and then she'll be ready for someone to take her home. All these small dogs at 10 years old, there's none that come. Usually at 5 they need a dental.
Yes.
Small dogs. So she'll be getting her dental.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, but she's a really nice dog. Let's talk about blockages.
Oh yes, let's talk about blockages.
So for people who don't understand what blockages are, anybody who gets a puppy, please get pet insurance. The thing we see the most with young dogs, and this was a dog under a year, but a large dog, the things we see the most is dogs getting blockages. So they eat everything. They're puppies. This puppy, believe it or not, ate this, and this was stuck in his intestines.
Wow.
So
you would think he would have choked on that.
You would think, but he didn't, and unfortunately he needed emergency surgery. And so, you know, it's very sad when people, you know, are in that situation that they can't afford surgery and stuff. So we want to make sure that people are prepared for things like that. But the number one reason puppies end up at the vet is absolutely blockages. We see it all the time.
Because puppies, they learn by their mouth, right? They're just putting everything in their mouth. They're chewing on things. They're like, oh, this looks good. Let's swallow it. Yeah,
and make sure they're size appropriate and toughness appropriate. So they can't break them. They can't. But we often see people giving like, this is too small of a toy for a large 80-pound dog.
Right.
So it's important that people like make sure your toys are size appropriate and they're tough enough.
Right. So this would work for a Chihuahua.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tiny little mouth, not going to be able to swallow that.
And a good thing is if your dog's the kind that tears apart stuffies, which lots of dogs are. People will go, they'll go to Salvation Army, buy a ton of stuffies because they tear them apart in 2 seconds. Don't give them stuffies unattended because you're going to have to clean it up right away because then they'll swallow the foam and that gets stuck. And some of it will pass, but not all of it will pass.
Well, our dog Murphy loves shredding stuffy and even pet stuffed toys. He will shred usually within a day.
Yeah.
So I just don't get them for him anymore because one, it's wasteful. Two, I don't think it's good for him to have that all in his mouth and be chewing it because who knows what's inside that stuffing.
Absolutely.
So we get him hard toys he can chew on. He gets that feeling of chewing and he's
super important.
Destroying things all the time.
Super important, size appropriate, pet appropriate type of toys. And if you have kids, they are going to eat your Legos. They are going to eat your, like, make sure that, you know, if you're getting a puppy, that I always say to the parents who have kids that are adopting, this is perfect. Now your kids have to put their toys away.
Yes.
Like they have to, because if they don't,
they'll be eaten.
And for me, I'm very experienced puppy raiser, and I've lost more shoes than you can imagine.
Yes. So, By an estimate, like how many puppies do you think you've had? Or thousands?
At my house?
Yes, you've looked after thousands of puppies. Yeah. So probably the most experienced puppy raiser on Vancouver Island, I would say.
I've had a lot.
Possibly the province, right?
Yeah. So be really prepared because it's really sad. You know, you might have a puppy 2 weeks and all of a sudden it's a $5,000 to $10,000 surgery. So super important. Insurance.
And I know pet insurance is incredibly expensive, but you can always get it for they're a puppy, and then down the road when
they're past that puppy crazy stage
and their health, you can tell there aren't any health issues.
Yeah.
It's often better just to put money in a savings account.
I always tell people you can put money in a savings account, keep a separate pet account, because you know when it comes up, you know you have to come up with that money in a hurry, so it's important.
Right, and we don't want to see awesome pet owners who then have to surrender an animal because they can't afford it. They have no choice but to save the animal's life.
Absolutely, it's very sad.
Very sad. Well, this little sweetie is sad that she doesn't have a permanent family yet. She loves her foster home, though. It's a long-time Humane Society foster, and she has become very attached. So that shows she can become attached to new people. She just needs to find her person.
Absolutely.
If you're interested in Rosie, go to our website, checknews.ca. We'll put a link on the Pet Check page to adoption information for the Victoria Humane Society. Thanks for watching.